Hello there, everyone. It's Stuart Wannop here from Differentia Consulting. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about Click's active intelligence platform and talk a little bit about what active intelligence is, why it's important to businesses, and how it delivers value to your business as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're just going to talk a little bit about how the active intelligence platform helps organizations finally capture the promise of data and analytics and ultimately deliver the business value executives and stakeholders expect. So first, let's just frame where we are today as an industry. After billions and billions of pounds of market investment in data and analytics solutions and platforms, enterprises and businesses have only really achieved limited results up to now. According to a survey by Gartner, less than half of all organizations, 44%, believe they have access to enough data for making decisions. Only 29% of executives feel they achieve transformational business outcomes via data, and only 35% of executives, so just over a third, see poor data literacy as a critical roadblock to change. Okay, so it doesn't have to be this way. Okay, now research also shows the best-in-class organizations can yield significant results and value if they're able to address the typical barriers to adoption. So again, with from a Click recent survey, we find that 76% of executives noted operational efficiency was improved as a result of active intelligence. 75% of business decision makers say revenue increased, and nearly 3/4 of executives reported profitability increased across the business. So why is the gap so big between the reality of the majority of businesses today and the returns that typify a best-in-class intelligence platform deployment? One of the biggest obstacles that we see in the industry today is businesses increasingly compartmentalize two separate domains around data integration and business intelligence. Historically, they build solutions for each area, typically owned distinctly by IT and businesses, respectively. The compartmentalized approach creates a lack of alignment between teams and has often been a major driver behind shadow IT investments, which can lead to data governance challenges. CIOs and the IT organization, they do their best to make this data available, yet LOBs still don't believe that they have the right access to data that they need to improve decision making, as we pointed out earlier. This lack of alignment is usually given rise to the role of the CDO, or the Chief Data Officer, which is focused on bridging that gap between the two departments. So this compartmentalization model leads naturally to a passive approach to data and analytics. And this is often called in the industry as passive BI, treating data as historical, static, batch processed from a few transactional systems dotted throughout the business. Compare that to today's reality of many large-scale on-premise and cloud-based data sources. This passive approach to BI is also too focused on telling us what happened in the past, informing us after the fact and the things that are important to your business have happened, as opposed to compelling action when it matters most, right there in the business moment. Add to this on top of that, the SQL-based nature of most modern visualization tools systematically excludes key information with every question asked, creating kind of a tunnel vision within your business. Finally, we do lack the data-driven experiences that are embedded directly within decision-making processes and applications. And all of this is getting in the way of successfully driving what we call a data-driven culture. Okay. So the result is that typically IT has more data than the business really feels is accessible, leaving a small intersection between IT and the business for driving transformation and making it harder for IT to demonstrate the value it provides to the wider organization. Too often data strategies are geared towards integrating data sources into a target rather than driving business value from it, often hoping that value will be discovered later on in the process. By contrast, the business is trying to answer strategic questions that can't be answered by the data that exists, or at least not with the data they have easy access to. And this leaves tremendous blind spots across the business. The result is, at best, not optimal for either business or IT. Worse still, it simply creates friction and mistrust between different teams in an organization. At Click, they're looking to combine these two areas into one unique end-to-end analytics data pipeline, streamlining the delivery of data directly such that we can maximize business value, the sum of the whole becomes greater than the value of the parts, and we move from passive BI to what we call active intelligence. So in short, this is the path that business leaders and businesses fully expect in terms of return on investment. So we do this by extending the data lifecycle beyond the traditional source to target paradigm to include the entire analytic data lifecycle, generating insights through analytics and collaboration throughout the process, and finally integrating and embedding that into business processes and triggering immediate actions in the business moment, as opposed to after the fact interventions, which is what passive BI ultimately is. So by unifying these worlds, the aim of the pipeline is simple: to free data from its silos in real time, to allow users to find it simply, enrich it, and create derivative value from it, to help as many people as possible then understand and discover insights from that data, which can be consumed anywhere, and then wired to automate downstream actions, establishing a trusted end-to-end analytics data pipeline. This is the foundation to enable active intelligence across a business, a new fresh perspective that reflects today's realities, where data needs to be owned by IT and the business, where it's alive, constantly changing, and needs to be used in real time. All of this has to happen at cloud scale across vendor and private clouds, with both structured and unstructured data, and yet to be fully governed end-to-end data. So this is done by delivering best-in-class approaches based on differentiated technology, fully integrated to solve the problems and gaps that exist in order to reduce organizational friction and drive higher value and return on investment from data. Qlik is quite unique in having that full end-to-end platform required to do this. So first of all, best-in-class data integration capabilities. These are all architected for real-time data capture, transformation and analytics-ready data delivery, leveraging a unique change data capture approach. This supports seamlessly moving real-time data between heterogeneous systems, whether on-premise or across private and vendor-run clouds, so it doesn't really matter where the data is. It will ensure that the data is complete and automates mapping and schema synchronization through to data warehouse, data mart, or data lake creation, complete with a catalog and publishing capabilities to any analytic environment. So all this means that it supports scale and agility required by enterprise customers alongside key technologies such as Snowflake, such as Microsoft, Google, SAP, and Databricks, just to name but a few. So while our data pipeline can supply multiple analytics tools, there are unique advantages to leveraging a Qlik analytics solution. Unlike SQL-based tools, Qlik's analytics engine that we all know and love provides a unique associative experience, which makes it easy to combine different data sources, automatically establish related and unrelated data structures, which can then be explored without boundaries and in real time, and also at unprecedented speed. This removes these blind spots in the data and almost creates the peripheral vision needed in today's uncertain world of business. So this is the foundation for best-in-class smart visualization capabilities that support a range of use cases, from governed application content and dashboards to self-service authoring. In addition, augmented analytics provide new ways to interact with data, from visual insight generation, natural language search, conversational, collaboration, and advanced analytics with auto machine learning. So finally, putting this into the hands of users inside and outside of the organization, irrespective of role or level of data literacy, is absolutely key, which is why the API-first strategy supports embedding analytics in websites, customer portals, enterprise applications, mobile phone applications, etc. These APIs enable an ecosystem of extensions and other technology partners to build and create content on the Qlik Active Intelligence platform. Intelligent alerting and mobile capabilities then put insights into the hands of users wherever they are, so they're not losing any of the analytical power of Qlik. And finally, workflow automation moves beyond informing to actually triggering a business action or a better decision, because we all want to make better decisions, right? Okay. So of course, in today's complex world, All of that is absolutely meaningless unless it works within your business environment that supports, pardon me, and supports your cloud strategy, whether that's driven by reducing costs associated with infrastructure, maintenance or upgrades, or simply to put new innovations into the hands of users more quickly. At Click, they're enabling the entire pipeline seamlessly in the Click cloud platform. However, we need to recognize that not everyone can or wants to pull the data into a single cloud platform, right? Ours or anyone else's. In addition, as more and more data moves to the cloud, costs can spiral out of control, so flexibility and vendor lock-in is becoming a kind of front of mind concern for a lot of businesses today. So with unique hybrid cloud services approach, and Click Forts that we'll talk about in another video is a great example of that. Click will be offering the best of SaaS while allowing customers still to deploy analytics to the cloud of their choice based on where the data resides or for governance and compliance purposes. So essentially they're putting an end to the list of vendors telling you to move or copy your data into their environment. The choice is ultimately all yours. Okay, so why does it even matter? Why does it connect and meet the needs of both IT and businesses? For IT, ensuring that we can address needs around governance, security, and privacy of the data are absolutely paramount. But alongside this is the ability to scale IT operations and support an ever complex and demanding environment where high performance and availability of applications is absolutely mission critical. So for the business, it's about escaping this trap of passive BI. So Click provides this platform to break through so data access can be easily established without compromising trust, and analytics can be consumable irrespective of the users of skill, role or location. Our customers consistently tell us that for them, driving increased data literacy within the organization and embedding analytics at the point of decision is key to becoming data-driven. Data literacy, embedding analytics. Customers recognize that collaboration amongst teams that leads to action is much more important now in this world of hybrid working and home working, and it delivers the most value when it occurs in the business moment. So our investment in the analytics data pipeline for the first time makes this possible. So connecting IT and the business and unlocking real value. So it's IT plus business working together. Of course, organizations have tried to do this before, piecing different solutions together from different vendors, but the risks and returns just do not stand up to those that really illustrate transformative value. Organizations such as Vancouver International Airport, for example, have created a real-time analytics data pipeline with Click focused on creating a view across multiple disparate airport operations to gain insights into how passengers, bags and planes move through the airport. The result is reduced connection times by 20 minutes, increased on-time departures and increased competitiveness as a hub between Asia and North America. Another example, IA, American Warranty Group, is embracing active intelligence as it services agents, dealers and customers with a range of real-time data points. They increased productivity by 5 times and reduced the time to prepare data by 10 times, whilst driving up adoption of analytics processes by over 80%. As an acquisitive company, they also reduced time to integrate acquired assets, increasing their overall corporate value in the process. And Schneider Electric has created fortified, integrated and reliable data pipelines, providing near real-time data to end users, doing so 8 times faster than before, but most critically, increasing forecast accuracy at the same time. Its North American finance operations can now forecast to within about 1% accuracy, building predictability and trust into the business. So there are many, many more examples. And what is common among them is that by shifting your approach, you can drive a better value outcome. So with the Click Intelligence, Active Intelligence platform, you can optimize your data pipeline, bring IT and businesses together and accelerate business value. So in closing, Click is focusing on 3 outcomes now and not the actual technology. And we solve the big problem. How do you get more optimal value out of your data? Is there really any other question to answer? Thank you for listening. Goodbye.